Thanks for staying with us. So over 3 weeks, most kids have been locked down at home due to the pandemic. However, report has it that some private schools have opened this week, but the new system is online. Will there not be a gap between the private and public schools? We'll discuss the issue of public schools a bit later once we have the Commissioner for Education in Lagos State. But we're going to have the conversation with a proprietor on the phone who's going to discuss with us how she's managing this term with her school. Joining us is the director of Foreshore School, Ikoyi, Oyindamola Egbeyemi. Good morning, Oyin. Are you there?
Morning, Mariah. I'm here.
Yeah, good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So have your own school resumed so far?
Well, most schools have resumed, and some are resuming on Monday. Mine is resuming on Monday as well, but we're all going online.
So how do you plan to carry that out, especially the fact that the kids are not used to this online learning? And how effective do you think it will be to actually teach these children via the web?
Well, I guess this is a very novel situation for everyone in the world. I know that even schools in countries outside of Nigeria are struggling with online learning. But the basic thing for us as educators is that the show must go on. Children need to learn, they need to be engaged, and we need to try as much as possible to complete the curriculum as we have promised to do so from the beginning of the academic session. Now, it's a bit of a challenging one for us, I would lie, because in Nigeria, things are peculiar to us because we have the challenge of availability of power, internet, that basic infrastructure that should make it easy for us to get online and get on board. Then we also have the issues of the competency, like you mentioned, with the children, as well as the staff to meet the demands of online learning. It's quite a lot for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So for talking about, I'm happy you brought it to competency because I have engaged over 3 teachers because I have 3 children who are on the same platform for e-learning. And what I realize is the style with which each teacher delivers their class differs from one another. And you see some whose style of delivery is very, very professional and the children are able to understand it more than another person's delivery. So what are you doing from the school end to get this feedback and ensure every teacher is producing the teaching classes, the teaching models to be in a way that would interact even though they are online? Because these children are now facing a system as opposed to where you can monitor the child. How can we make it more interactive?
Okay, so it's going to be a lot of monitoring and evaluation. Everybody has different skills. Some people are better, even on a normal day in the physical classroom, we find that some teachers have a natural flair for teaching and some have to be trained a little more. So it's just continuous monitoring and evaluation. So we haven't resumed yet, but over this week before we resume, we're having a lot of mock classroom sessions. We are pretending to be the students, and we're giving feedback. It's a lot of feedback. It's more interaction, more engagement. So
So I'm happy you're talking about feedback because I have 2 kids in 2 different schools, and they're using 2 different apps. And what is funny is that on one of my daughter's school, you have people saying, why are you not using the other app that is being used in my son's school? And in my son's school, parents are saying, why are you not using that other app? It's better. So I'm wondering, during your mock trials and feedback that you get, are you going to work on different types of apps? And what would determine the one you would use?
Okay. Right, so the difference, I agree, there's so many apps. Like, we've gotten so much advice from people say, oh, use this one. But the first thing for us was to use an app that we are familiar with, but also meets the requirements of delivering a class. So we just want to make sure that the ease of doing the work is seamless as possible, so that it is delivered as effectively as possible. Because it's good to use there's some apps that are way more advanced than some very basic ones. But like I said, the competency to use those apps might not be there, so you might not get the value from those apps. So I think,
one of the things we're wanting to achieve with this conversation is because parents have come to us saying they're complaining that schools are billing them exactly the same fees. The fact that they're having to buy laptops, pay for data. And the fact that, so they're objecting to this new system, especially the fact that they're not used to this system of learning. So what are you doing, and what would you advise parents at this time, especially the fact that, are you billing your own parents, and how much are you billing them, if you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, okay. So to be honest with you, this is a very, very peculiar situation that we're finding ourselves in. And the issue of billing is something, it's an ongoing conversation, because we have sent something to our parents. There's a bit of back and forth with regards to justification for the bills that we're sending. So it is extremely, we understand that it's a change of things. There's infrastructure that we need to get. People need to get laptops, we need to get internet data. But there's the other side of things whereby we have to take into consideration the running costs of operating these platforms that we are using from the school's operational end of things. Like we had to get, normally our teachers use desktops at school. We had to buy laptops for them as well. We're having to invest in data and fiber internet infrastructure for them as well. The training, and really it's still, tuition is still going on. But even in the greater capacity, because this is a new form of learning for them as well. So we need to consider the other side, which is the teachers that are getting involved.
Okay, point taken.
I agree that we should consider the teachers. We should consider that they also will get paid, and there's a newness to this. But we should also consider the fact that there's a pandemic going on. Many people have been unable to run their businesses for a month. Some as much as over a month. YK's business for over a month. My business for a month. Many people in the minimum 3 weeks have been unable to earn any form of living if you're not essential. So, and I know that even if your parents would cut across this, some of them would not have earned anything in the past 3 months. So how would you help parents in that case who's struggling with the little they have?
Oh, you know, we don't have, the money is not there, pretty much. I mean, some of us haven't worked.
Hello?
I say, yeah, we can hear you very clearly. Some of us haven't worked. Some parents haven't worked. They haven't made revenue. And having to pay the same school fees is a bit difficult, don't you think?
It is. So it's a matter of also, I mean, we hear from them, we get their feedback, and then we just do, well, a discount is always, a discount has been considered for most schools are giving a discount, and also extended payment plans up until even September. So it's like pay as you can.
Okay, that's a good point.
Nice. I hope other schools are hearing that.
So there's something else also, of course, because this is new. So it's like a teething period for most of us parents as well as teachers. So we have parents who are, during school time, are actually spending a lot of time with the children. Of course, they're at home. But we have parents who, even though they're at home, they are working and they cannot supervise the children while this is going on. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of, because from what I've seen, at least from my 2 kids, they seem like they're, what do you call them, these apps, while you're on the app, you have people that send in some inappropriate messages, or some people can just jump into a video and then be inappropriate. What are Nigerian schools looking into that? Because you know how we are Nigerians, we are very sensitive about these things. What are the things that we're putting in place, like your school? Have you thought about that, and what are you putting in place for when you start using apps like this?
Yes, so before we chose the apps that we're using, we actually did an audit on the apps, and we found those that might not be as secure as others, so we've eliminated in that sense. Yes, so basically it's by elimination. And in terms of the supervision, I'm not sure what your question was around that.
Supervision. So for me, the challenge is I have 3 children, and each of them have to take classes. And I need to see what they are doing, that they have not gone to play games. That's my own experience, because they will now go and do something else. So I'm having to watch A and watch B and watch C. And I have 1 laptop. I cannot afford to buy another one now. So it means that I would stay with A to finish, and then I'll now say, B, take over the laptop, and then you finish. And at the end of the day, I am spent.
You can't do your own work.
I can't even do anything. I can't be, my entire production is on putting the children in class, and yet I'm still having to pay, you know, so much money.
I mean, we get...
How do you help the parents out?
So they said they're going to negotiate anyway.
No, I'm saying in terms of the supervision, the level of supervision needed.
Yeah. Okay. So with regards to that, I know for the last 2 weeks of the term, when we all had to close abruptly, we actually ran an online platform, and we got a lot of feedback about interaction. So what we are doing now is ensuring that the sessions are engaging enough such that the supervision required will be minimal.
Okay.
And it should be coming from the teacher's end. So it's almost like the teacher is there, like, okay, I don't know, like, okay, let me give myself an example. Like, I'm a teacher and I'm telling my student, okay, Dara, are you done with that task? So I'm literally like monitoring and checking what the child is doing. So it's not just setting tasks and leaving them to do it at their own school while they might be distracted doing other things.
Right.
Monitoring while they're actually engaged in those tasks.
Right.
So that is what we
Okay,
try to...
I have to let you go, but I would like to ask a final question because it's great to know that the private schools are going ahead to do all these, your pupils are engaged. But the truth is that it's going to widen the gap between the private schools and the public schools. At the end of the day, you're still under the government, such that if your pupils have gone ahead, and the public schools have not been able to teach their pupils at some time because you're under the government, you're still under their regulation. They could still stop you, such that they have to wait for the public school to catch up. So are you scared about that? Is that a concern for you? Because it's great to move, but hey, you still have to wait for the public schools at some point.
Yeah, I know. It's for that. It's really a concern for us as well, because right now everybody is kind of stranded. Not just public schools, but many lower end private schools that don't even have that infrastructure. Like my grandpa's school doesn't have the infrastructure, so he's just wondering if, when, and how he will resume. For that, we don't know what the solution is. But I know that the government has been running programs on the radio and television, and I know that there might be some plans to scale things up a little bit. But in terms of the reach and access, I don't know, because there's so many children. Right.
Thank you so much, Oyin, for joining us this morning. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with the school owner, Oyindamola Egbeyemi. We're going to go on a break now. We'll come back. We'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.